Rigger, bro. Animal dog. Bro, let's get on time. Imagine having school. Y'all got school tomorrow, bro. A lot of you little niggas got school tomorrow. Hold on, I'll be back. Get cuz. Check it, cuz. Oh shit. Check it, cuz. I got work with time knowledge. Bro, I kinda wanna play Dust Falls, bro. Bro, that story was so fire. Would you have time for like an hour of Dusk, bro? We fell off on that game, bro. That shit was a fire story. I miss Dust Falls, bro. So y'all niggas don't fuck with y'all niggas don't fuck with the gaming like that, bro. Don't fuck with it like that.
Hi, it's Red Recapped here.
Fair.
Today I'm going to describe a movie called Death Sentence, which was released in 2007. There are some spoilers ahead. Let's start the movie without further ado.
Yeah.
Nick and Helen are living a happy life along with their 2 sons.
Oh yeah?
The elder boy, Brendan, loves playing hockey.
Oh yeah?
While the latter, Lucas, is more emotional and is into art. Brendan improves his skills at hockey as time passes by. He was even awarded as the best hockey player of the high school team, causing his family to be proud of him.
He's him?
Nick Hume is a businessman who lives in North Carolina. His family life is still warm and happy. However, Lucas and Brendan have some trash talk. But it's just of their age and differences. They are intimate and adore each other after all. Brendan has now become a professional ice hockey player, playing in the NHL.
I go crazy in hockey.
Ahead later in the night. Nick drives him to the game. Every score Brendan makes on the rink sends an overjoyed Nick flying off.
Hell yeah.
On the way back home, Brendan reveals his plan to move to Canada to take his hockey to a whole new level.
Canada.
Nick totally agrees, trusting
hockey
his
go crazy in Canada or some shit?
They were driving in a high crime neighborhood.
Yo,
2 cars started swerving at high speed near them, which really scared them. Their cars run out of fuel, so they pull over at a gas station. Brendan goes to a store to get some drink while Nick gets the chance to inform his wife about Brendan's plans for his future. Thugs in the car show up to burglarize the store.
Thugs?
They instantly shot the owner to death.
Whoa.
The gangsters have a simple rule: every newcomer must kill a random guy to join. Unfortunately, the random guy is Brendan. The new gang member is hesitant and petrified, but he eventually slices Brendan's throat with a machete, ordered by the leader. Nick gets traumatic observing this. He ambushes the attacker while the rest of the gang escapes, knocking him down to putting off his mask. The boy manages to flee, only to get hit by a car.
You know what's crazy? You know I said he had to do something to get initiated into the gang? Do you know what fucking song I listened to today? Think about it, chat. What song did they have to do something to get initiated into? Think about the song. Think deep in your bag. Think deep. We listen. Immortal Technique, bruh. I listened to that shit today, just randomly, because it was on my recommend. I'm like, let me listen to this shit again. Bro. That shit's sick, bro. Why, nigga? Because I don't know. Because I didn't forget it. But, like, I don't know. I just listened to it. That shit fucks me all over again, bro. All over again.
The rest of the gang escapes, knocking him down to putting off his mask. The boy manages to flee, only to get hit by a car. Nick rushes to his son, taking him to the hospital. The whole family arrives there to realize the fact that Brendan is dead. No words could express how they feel. That's so sad, though. The next day, at a police lineup, Nick identifies the killer, a 23-year-old boy named Joe.
Bitch-ass boy.
The funeral is held on a rainy, gloomy day, but their grief doesn't seem to be subsided so soon. The parents have a hard time sleeping.
I thought about killing you. The Regodarian. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Oh, the song. Okay. The song. Okay. You didn't put no
Brendan's
context, bro.
Plays all day long, and Lucas bursts into crying every time he reminisces about Brendan when he was alive. Before paying a visit to the police, Helen asks Nick to do something so that the killer gets life in prison. The following day, Nick visits Detective Wallace and the district attorney.
Okay.
Nick gets enraged when the district attorney tells him that the defense will cut a deal for a light sentence, since there wasn't enough evidence to take the case to trial.
Movie title? I don't know.
Furthermore, the gas station security camera had been broken, hence there was no record. When Nick learns that Brendan has been killed as an entry fee for Joe to join a stupid gang, he gets pissed off even more. At the pretrial hearing, he is asked by the judge to testify about Joe as Brendan's killer. But he surprisingly refuses, deducing that as it had been dark, he was unable to observe the killer's face.
But he's
It makes everyone dumbfounded, and the judge dismisses the case. As a result, Joe is released from custody.
You know what the fuck that mean, nigga? You know what the fuck that mean? He gonna fucking spin that motherfucking block, nigga.
Joe walks off into the courtyard and fires his cigarette reluctant. Just then, the gang arrives, starts praising him and welcomes him to the gang. Even Billy, the gangster leader, says,
I'm proud of you. Who's your man now?
Nick is spying on them and starts chasing after their cars. Joe is given a prize, a prostitute, to have fun with. He's also provided with a fistful of cash by Billy. Disappointed by the law.
That's what I'm gonna get Midas for DreamCon, bro. Midas, don't even worry about all your struggles you going through. I'm gonna get you a hooker. Get you a little hooker. You're gonna open your hotel room. You're just gonna see a bad bitch with her fat poom just open up on the bed for you, my boy. I know you struggling. I know you tired of beating, smacking that little ass meat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you a little hooker. Get you a little hooker.
Later that night, Nick can be seen looking for a weapon.
Be a clean one,
he reveals to his family that the boy has been released for lacking evidence. He pretends to leave something at the office and goes to Joe. When Joe comes out of the place, he's surprised to see Nick in front of him. In a fit of rage, Nick attacks him, and a fight forms between them. While they fight for survival, it ends up with the knife stabbing Joe's body accidentally. Nick witnesses Joe in his own bloodbath. He drives somewhere afar and tosses the bloody knife away. When he returns home, upon seeing his injured hand, Helen gets upset and provides him with a bandage. They burst into crying. However, Nick is currently a killer as well as a victim. Elsewhere, Billy pays a visit to Bones, his superior, who the whole gang works for.
Oh, this Michael's house gang looking ass nigga is the gang leader, my boy. This is the gang leader.
Billy hands him over the gas station robbery money. Bones chastises him for the cash is low and dismisses him. Billy arrives at the hideout, where his men cook meth and is the main base of the gang. One of his men, Bodie, breaks the news to him that Joe had died. He gets shocked and enraged. In the office, breaks the news to him that Joe had died. He gets shocked and enraged. In the office, Detective Wallace shows up and informs Nick that his son's killer is dead, while he is intrigued by his hand's bandage, assumes he is linked to a retaliation. Elsewhere at their hangout bar, the gang can be seen drinking up to Joe, believing that he was like a good soldier. Just then, Billy arrives and berates them for showing no respect to Joe. Back to business, they go over the rival gangs who might kill Joe. Until one of the gang members reveals to them his sister saw a man in a suit, the night Joe was killed. She confirms that it is Nick in a newspaper photo. Elsewhere in the street, Nick reads.
That's exact, bro. Starface. That's exactly what I was thinking, bro. He looked like fucking. He looked like Tony Stark when he was doing that blackface in that movie, bro. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of.
Bandages his hands and is totally oblivious that the gang member Bodie is after him, while Billy keeps an eye on him from a distance. Just before Nick gets shot by Bodie, he manages to disarm him, using his suitcase. Seeing this, Billy and his men start shooting around in the middle of the crowded street, making everyone petrified. Nick runs into a narrow alley.
Bro, niggas be getting shot at in movies and they're just invisible. They just don't get hit.
Billy takes every opportunity to shoot Nick, making him to give up his suitcase to run faster to survive. Billy shouts in anger, like a bloodthirst vampire, as if he had lost his brother to this man. He enters a building while the gang chases after him like crazy. He ends up arriving in a parking lot and randomly triggers several car alarms to confuse the gang. Nick reaches the top floor where he is chased by gang members.
Now you're caught up.
Fighting for his life, Nick gets trapped in a car with one of the thugs. When the car moves backwards, it drives across the.
Bro, I'll never be in this situation. But if I'm ever in a situation when I have a gun and the other nigga doesn't, and I'm the one that ends up dead, bro, I'm just L human, bro. If I have my gun out and I end up losing that situation, bro, I deserve it, bro. I'm L human.
Multi-story car park.
That's a skill issue.
Nick runs away just in time, but the ladder plummets to his death.
Holy shit.
Following this, Nick gets a call from his wife and finds that Lucas has disappeared. Elsewhere, Detective Wallace arrives at the crime scene. She finds the victim from the same gang as Joe. It's quite clear Nick is behind it. Nick finds Lucas, where Brendan was killed. Lucas is so devastated and berates his father, who always cares only about Brendan and totally ignores Lucas and his feelings. Nick starts arguing to take him home as it's a dangerous place to stay. Lucas is eventually brought home safe and sound. Helen hugs Lucas and begs him to never leave home like that again. The following day, Bodie shows up at Nick's office to hand him back the suitcase he dropped during the chase. Bodie also threatens, "You have the right to know how you're dying," before the security escorts him out. Opening the suitcase, Nick finds a family photo.
Oh,
The photo
shit.
implies that the gangster plans to kill all his family,
Oh.
but not him. Nick gets
Oh,
agitated and calls a
shit.
number found in the case, which belongs
Now
to
you got
Billy.
this nigga panicking.
Billy warns that Nick has bought a death sentence for his own family.
You listen to me. You go near my family, and I will cut out your goddamn guts like I did your fucking friend. Do you hear me? He wasn't my friend.
What do you do? You out working to hear niggas say that?
He's my brother.
Oh shit.
Wasting no time, Nick rings home, warning his wife and Lucas to stay in. Then he calls Detective, briefing her in anxious and requesting backup forces. On returning home, he locks up
Yo,
all
this
the
nigga
windows around the
panicking.
house, leaves everyone baffled and in a panic.
Yo,
Shortly
this
after, Detective Wallace arrives and reminds Nick that he's the one who has started retaliation, jeopardizing his own family life. The detective asks him to confess to murder, since the officers are about to protect
What you
his
doing in
family
this situation
anyway.
now, chat?
But he refuses.
Motherfucker tell you your
Later
family
that
finna
night,
die.
when
What
the
do you
whole
do?
family is asleep, Nick is awakened by a car alarm outside. He notices that the two officers have been brutally killed. In the blink of an eye, he finds the gangsters in the house. Nick manages to survive and dodges several blink of an eye, he finds the gangsters in the house. Nick manages to
That nigga got a shotgun in his booty hole, just don't get blown the fuck off, bro. This close? You this close with a shotgun and you miss? This close.
brutally killed. In
Skill
the
issue.
blink
Like
of
I
an
don't even
eye,
know. I don't even
he
know what to
finds
say
the
about
gangsters
that.
in the house. Nick manages to survive and dodges several gunfire one after another, and also causes one of them to get shot, and harms a few of them severely. But these all end when his family is taken captive by the gang. Billy mercilessly shoots Helen, Lucas, and Nick, in no time. A few days later, Nick is recovering.
What?
Helen, Lucas, and Nick, in no time. A few days later, Nick is recovering in the hospital. He considers himself guilty of Lucas and Helen dying.
Bro. He sent these niggas to the googe. Bro, that's fucked though, bro. He said that they said they were gonna leave this nigga alive, bro.
It's revealed that Helen is dead, but Lucas is still alive. Knowing this,
Nigga
he
said
rushes to
squad
him,
wipe.
finding his beloved son in a coma.
Bro, that was
He
a trio,
apologizes
bro.
to Lucas that he's never been a good father. The detective is surprised to notice Nick escaped through the window. Nick arrives at home, which is now a crime scene.
What's the score right now? Like what? 4? They got the hockey nigga. They got the brother. They got the wife. It's 3 what? 3-2? Is it 3-2 right now? It's 3-2 right now. His dad's still alive. Coma don't count. Coma don't count.
Scene. The next day, he heads to the bank to empty the family bank account as
We
there is no
fucking
family
counting
anymore,
track like a
making
KD,
it
bro.
cash.
Why we
He
up-
then finds the gang's
tallying the
hangout
score?
place with his co-workers' help. He heads for the cafe, asks the bartender about the gang, indicates him a huge amount of cash.
Game
The
7?
latter ignores him and even
That's game
insults
6
him.
right now.
In a fit of rage, Nick starts beating him up as well as a guy in the next seat while he was trying to intervene.
Oh shit.
It ends up getting Billy's whereabouts and also Bones' address to provide some weapons. He arrives at Bones' place. Initially,
gave up the
Bones
whole
shows
spot
no
just
interest,
to get a little
but he
ass
soon
whooping.
changes his mind. Seeing Nick's bag full of cash, Nick takes
Oh,
several
shit.
weapons, both a shotgun and a handgun with tones of bullets.
Oh shit.
Before leaving, Bones reveals that Billy and Joe are his sons and he already knows Nick is planning to kill Billy. Bones assures him he cannot cause him any hurt.
You gave up your. You pops and you get out the spot for some bread?
Handgun with tones of bullets. Before leaving, Bones reveals that Billy and Joe are his sons and he already knows Nick is planning to kill Billy. Bones assures him he cannot cause him any hurt. As a result, Bones allows Nick to walk away without a fight. He returns home to check the guns and works with them to get used to them. He then shaves his injured head.
They got bad.
Following
They about to
he goes
get backdoored by
Brendan's
their
stuff
daddy,
only to
bro.
find
That's
the jacket
crazy.
he wore the day he died, and puts it on.
This movie
He heads
grimy.
for the gang's place. He
This nigga
manages
looks
to
scared.
find the
This
place
nigga
down
look-
the hallway. Nick smashes the door using the shotgun, freaking out the gangster inside. The gangster is left dumbfounded, thinking that Nick must have been dead. Nick dismisses the other girl and points him a gun in the neck. Nick manages
blow that
to
nigga
get Billy's
fucking eyeball
face.
off.
He then instructs the man to ring Billy. Billy miraculously realizes that Nick is still alive. The gunfire also alarms him that his man is dead. Bone and his elder son meet up. Bone warns Billy that things are getting out of control and instructs Billy to stop fighting Nick. Instead, Billy ruthlessly shoots his dad to death.
Knew it. I'm like, yo, this is some Thor Odin shit. What if these motherfuckers are about to die? This movie is so damn grimy, bro.
On the other hand, Nick breaks through the hideout's entrance to kill one of the gangsters in the car, before giving him the chance to reload his gun or even flee.
Holy shit.
Then he steps into the
Nigga, what type of car is this nigga in? He just split the motherfucking car in half? What the
gangsters
what
in
in
the
the
car,
Fast and Furious
before
ass
giving
shit
him
was
the chance
that?
to reload his gun or even flee. Then he steps into the
How
building.
you just busted the truck open like that? You got a Cybertruck. No, the Cybertruck. If you would have hit the Cybertruck, the other car would have bounced the fuck back, nigga. It would no, not even that. It would fucking explode, and the Cybertruck would have no damage. You know when you're in a tank in like Vice City in the old GTAs, you run over and they just explode and shit. Yeah, that's what would happen. You run into the Cybertruck and boom, it just explodes, bro. Bro got a vibranium fucking whip, bro.
Although he almost got killed a
Shit.
few times.
Yeah,
He
almost.
ends up killing all the gang
my
one
God.
by one, until only Billy is left. He approaches Nick thinking he's
In
out.
a real life situation, you know what's happening? You're entering a boss hideout. You're a gang hideout. You think you're gonna go John Wick, and you just get shot in the head by a random grunt from like the side of you that you don't see. That's what's really gonna happen. You get shot in the foot. All them bullets missing. That's not real life. You just get shot and you die. You just die. You don't even make it to the top floor, bro. You don't get the final battle you were looking for, bro. You get shot by a random grunt.
Out of
Just a
weapons
random
and
fucking grunt.
sarcastically reminds him.
Look at you. You look like one of us.
But when Nick pulls out another weapon from his pocket, Billy's eyes get teary. Nick kills him and heads back home. He starts watching the same old family video and awaits his inevitable arrest. Detective Wallace arrives and informs him that Lucas has started moving. She is also afraid that Lucas will be a gangster like in Nick's final days, because he will be a 14-year-old who has nobody to lean on. Besides the overwhelming trauma he had gone through. But Nick feels the misery much deeper. That's all from the video. Thanks for watching.
There was no happy ending?
Hi,